Okay, Mario, once again with MIA Microflight. This video is going to be about controllers for CNC routers, CNC machines. What I have in front of me is a selection of controllers of various types, and I will start with the more crude and more basic controller, which is this box right here. This has a separate power supply, just a computer power supply that's running this controller here. This is my own controller that I built back in 1980. I think it was 1980 and 1981 when I built my first CNC machine. And this is my first controller that I built. You can see the connections to the motors are via these connections here. These are limit switch. This is a limit switch connector here. This, I believe, is for what is this? It's been a while since I've even looked at this. Typically mark these things. Something about I don't know. It's got some kind of a connector there, but it's been a while since I did this. Like I said, 1980. We're talking about back many moons ago. So it is a controller. One of the first controllers, as I was saying. The other controller that I actually ended up buying in terms of a more commercial machine was this MAXPATH 42 NC, which is that blue anodized machine that I show dismantle in one of my earlier videos. And this is the controller that came with that machine. So you can see it's almost kind of similar in terms of size to that controller that I built. This one has an internal, it's quite a heavy little box. It's got an internal power supply and electronics inside this box right here. It's got the RS-232 connector, very similar to that one. It's got the RS-232 connector. Very simple, just on and off. No emergency switch here. As that one, that was my emergency switch, stop switch. Just basically the switch to the power supply. But this one, as you can see, the way it was designed, these are the connectors. it's kind of a joke. I mean, these connectors are a lot better than what this machine, being more an industrial machine, should have had. It just those the type of connectors are these types are here. So these would plug right in there, and that was it. That was the connection. So this controller ended up going bad. I ended up blowing the the bridge rectifier a couple times. I kept blowing the bridge rectifier, and the software that came with this machine was not really that great. So I ended up switching for Mach 3, and I ended up buying this controller here from Keling, which is what basically became the replacement for this controller here for the MAXPATH 42 NC. You can see that one. It's just a typical controller box. As I believe most of the modern controllers are made these days. So this is just a 3-channel. The way this company Keling, I don't know if this company is still around, but at the time that I bought this is the way it came. I modified this box so that I could have a visual of the drivers. The drivers have these LEDs, and I just wanted to make sure that all three would be operational via the LEDs there, and just another a small detail visual, which kind of helps when you're running these things. So that was my modification of this machine. But basically, all the Keling controllers from this company, and I believe other companies may have been doing the same thing, of instead of going with a dedicated designed from bottom up for power distribution. They were using these adapters here, these power adapters. You can see that power adapters just kind of sitting there, and they were wiring direct to the prongs of the adapter for the 12 and 5 volt distribution. That power supply, which is an actual power supply, that was for the 36 volts, which this is what these controllers run at for the drivers. So so basically that was the controller. So I do have this controller there. That controller in the back that I opened up is actually the latest controller that I bought. I believe that's also a Keling controller, being that it's kind of assembled similar way with the power adapters, like I was just explaining, done in the same way. You know, you can see how they would just solder into these tabs or prongs of the adapters, you know, to get the 12 volt and 5 volt distribution that is required for these boards. Or I believe this may be a little bit older, because that board looks a little bit older because of the chips. The newer ones are much more smaller, more compact distribution boards. But this one right here, I bought it with a spare driver, so this is ready. All I need to do is just connect this so that so I connect this and set this up in a parallel connection for the y-axis, because this machine that I'm almost done with, this machine assembling, does drive the y-axis with dual motors. There's one motor right there, and the other motors on this other side. So I need two drivers for that, and that controller will do it because it's got already the four drivers there. So I think I'm going to use that one there. This controller is a nice controller from Probotix, another company that was making CNC machines. I believe they're still around. They're the ones that were selling these motors, color-coded motors. You know, they had the green, the yellow, the red, and the blue in different torque values. This one that I'm using on this machine are the green ones, which are the 400-inch hybrid design motors, and I'm going to be running those in a 4-wire configuration, which is the bipolar only parallel. I discussed that in another video, so I'm not going to go too much into that detail. Getting back to this Probotix, this is you know, this is how this Probotix controller came. You know, that's the way it came in this box. These are metal enclosures, and this is just an ABS controller, but it's a nice controller. We have in this controller also is a four axis, 4-channel controller. Oh, there goes the other one, the blue one there. So let me so that I have everything set up and the way I had before. Okay, so this one right here has a 4-axis already set up, X, Y, Z, and the A axis, which can be used, you know, to parallel any of the axis with. It's got this. I don't know what this is for. It's not marked, but I believe the RS-232 connection is. It was not a plug here, but a cable. Yep, it's a cable. It's a cable that's the RS-232 cable today. So it comes with this pigtail cable as part of this machine, and it also has a USB connection here. So I believe this controller also can work either RS-232 or USB. So it's a nice controller. It came with a Fireball 90 from the same company, Probotix. So it's another controller that I could use with this machine here. And then we have this other controller here that I believe this is also a Keling controller. Very roomy, but you can see what I was saying a little more clear here, because this is it's got more room here. So we have the 36 volt power supply, the typical of all these controllers that are driven by 36 volts. It's got the distribution board, or the actually the interface board for the RS-232. which is what that board is. But you can see the difference between that and this one right here. This one uses this is a more modern one, I believe, because just by looking at the size of those chips, those are really big chips, kind of old school chips, and these are more compact. So this is a more modern controller. It really doesn't matter because they all do the same thing, really. But this one here, it does have the power supply for the 12 volt and 5 volt using these just these AC adapters here. So I believe this is the 12 volt distribution, and I believe that one is for 5 volts. Let's see. That does have some markings there. If I can focus in on those markings, I can see. Yep, there's a 5 volt VDD, ground and 5 volts. So the VDD, I believe, is a 12 volt. So we have this is coming. This is being supplied by this one right here, which is the 5 volt. So this is a 5 volt adapter. 5 volt adapter, and this one here is powering. What is this powering? This one's powering the fan. Oh, okay. So they're using a separate one for the fan, 12 volt fan. So I mean, that's how they did these controllers. I believe this is a limit switches here. I have some markings there. Let's see, what did I mark? Ground P11, P12, P13. I think that's related to